At kaugnay ng balitang yan, nakapanayam ni teammate Ira Dalaw, ang Pangulo ng Philippine National Volleyball Federation na si Ramon Tats Sizara tungkol sa bagong pool ng Philippine Volleyball Team at iba pang balitang volleyball. Narito teammate ang ating sports chat.
Magandang hapon teammates, para bigyan po tayo ng update kung paano ba ang magiging paghahanda ng Philippine Volleyball Team para sa paparating na 2022 Southeast Asian Games. Ating makakasama ngayong hapon ang Presidente ng Philippine National Volleyball Federation na si Mr. Ramon Tats Sizara. Welcome back to PTV Sports, Sir Tats.
Yes, magandang hapon Ira, and magandang hapon din sa PTV Sports. Magandang hapon sa inyo lahat.
Sir, the other day, PNVF released the 20-man pool for the men and women's indoor volleyball team and the 8-man pool for the men and women's beach volleyball team that will compete for the 2022 Southeast Asian Games. From this, Sir Tats, we will select po the final members who will represent the country for the upcoming biennial meet. How will the selection be this time, Sir Tats?
You know, the national team pool for volleyball is 20, for men and women, and for, as you said, the beach volleyball is also 8. The entry by name deadline, I think it's by POC. It's I think March 12th. So now these are the three different scenarios. The women's national team. May PVL pa, They will have a PVL by I think by March 16. It ends on April 9. Because the women's team will go to Brazil for a 3 weeks training before the SEA Games. Meaning to say, all 20 players will go to Brazil for training, and then when they come back, then that will be the final selection for the 14 players that will go to Vietnam. In men's, we have no problem because there is no an existing league, club league, so they continue their training. In fact, the training starts hopefully next week at the STI gym in Taguig. So they will do they will start the training, and then by March and early April they will go to Qatar for a 2 weeks training camp. Okay, that's men's volleyball, and then beach volleyball will start by February 15 in Subic, the beach volleyball center there, which was used in the SEA Games. So we will start by February 15. And by March, they will compete in a beach volleyball world tour in Mexico, including a training camp.
Alright, sir, you've mentioned different international training camps. Tanong na rin po namin kung ayos na po ba yung mga papers nila palabas po ng bansa, and how long will they train outside the country?
Yeah, it took us 2 or 3 months to really find a country that doesn't require quarantine and with a good training camp. Like Brazil. Again, Brazil this is part of the national team platform ng FIVB, and we have very good cooperation with the Brazilian embassy. So that's in place. In Qatar naman, our men's volleyball team was supposed to go to Italy for training camp. We have fixed this, but the problem is that the Italy doesn't accept teams at the moment until July because of the COVID. So we are trying to make a arrangement for them to go to Qatar for 2 weeks training to the Qatar Volleyball Federation, which they are now trying to finalize everything. Beach volleyball, going to Mexico is an open country. I think people can come and go to Mexico, so that's the easiest way to go to Mexico. And there's a 2 international beach volleyball event by FIVB in Mexico. So our teams is a good chance to participate in a high-level competition. At the same time, they will have a training camp with the Mexican national team, beach volleyball team.
Right, sir, we saw that Alyssa Valdez and Gia Morado were included in the roster released by the PNVF. What were the final determining factors po? Bakit sila na isama ngayon taliwas po sa mga naging decision ng Federation last year?
There is a procedure, as I mentioned before, in the selecting the players for national team, just like in other sports. The procedure is that we have a coaching staff headed by, for the women's, we have Coach George, our foreign coach and the coaching staff, the local coaching staff. So the procedure is that they select the players. Once they select the players, whether they try out or not, then it will be recommended to the National Team Commission, which is headed by Tony Boy Liao as the chairman of the National Team Commission. Then Mr. Liao, as the chairman of the National Team Commission, will recommend to the board for approval. So these are 3 stages: the coaching staff, National Team Commission, and approved by the board. So this is the usual procedure. That's why then it should be transparent para walang masabi ang tao. Pero sometimes alam mo, you cannot please everyone. They think they are much know-how of volleyball than the federation or by myself. No, so hayaan mo na. That's part of the sports media. But we stick to our criteria, to the guidelines, and we respect the coach's decision.
Isa rin po sa mga napansin ng ating mga volleyball fans ay yung pagkakawala po ni Majoy Baron sa roster ng team ngayon. And she was one of the players po na nag-stand out last 2019 SEA Games. Bakit hindi po nakasali si Majoy sa roster, Sir Tats?
These are, the same questions will be asked. But again, we should respect the decision of the coaches. Alam mo naman national team, they come and go. So this national team will be good for the SEA Games. Then UAAP players will come back again because the 18 players from the PBL and 2 high school players from the California Academy. These are 2 young players. After May, tapos na UAAP, tapos na SEA Games, then they should come back by June again. So again, there will be again some changes because these 7 young players are the future of our national team.
Finally, sir, message na lang po for the volleyball fans.
Yes, I'd like to invite all our Filipino fans, of course, supporters to support the national team. Kahit sino man sila, please support our national team. That's number 1. And we are hoping that we can get the gold during the SEA Games in Vietnam for volleyball and beach volleyball. At the same time, I would like to invite also all of you to watch the VNL men and women to be held in the Philippines from June 14 to 26. Women first and then men. And the last 2 events, which I forgot to mention, we have the Asian Cup in August 21 to 28. The top 10 women's team in Asia who will participate here in the Philippines. And then in December, we will have our first FIVB Beach World Tour probably in Subic, the event. So these are 4 big international events that we are hosting.
Thank you so much, Sir Tats, for your time here with us in PTV Sports. We wish you well po and the very best of luck in the upcoming leagues. Very busy schedule po for the calendar events of volleyball.
Thank you, Ira, and thank you, PTV, for giving me again this chance to be interviewed and for your support to volleyball and the PNV. Thank you and good afternoon.
At yan na nga po ang latest sa volleyball mula po mismo sa presidente ng Philippine National Volleyball Federation na si Ramon Tats Sizara. Muli ako po si Ira Dalaw at ito po ang Sports Chat.